You think dolls are harmless, right? Soft smiles, innocent eyes. But some say beneath the painted face, darkness can hide. Tonight, we dive into a story that has haunted families for decades, a tale that blurs the line between fiction and reality. The name Chucky is known to many from movies, but what if I told you there were real incidents that mirrored the terror of that little red-haired doll? Families have reported inexplicable occurrences, objects moving on their own, shadows where none should exist. Some have woken to find toys in positions they didn't place them, whispers in empty rooms, a chill creeping down the spine. And then there are the rumors, stories of children talking to dolls as if possessed by another presence, laughter echoing in the dark, eyes that seem to follow. Tonight I'm going to share accounts that are bone-chilling, moments that have been verified by police reports and witnesses alike. Keep watching, because what you're about to hear might make you question every toy in your home. It started with a family moving into a new home, unaware of the presence that had lingered long before them. Their son, only 6 years old, received a gift, a seemingly innocent doll with bright orange hair and a stitched smile. But soon, strange things began. The doll was never where they left it, sometimes appearing in the hallway at night, sometimes staring from the corner of the room. The boy claimed the doll spoke to him, giving instructions that seemed harmless at first. But gradually, the instructions turned dark, urging mischief, and then threatening those around him. The parents, skeptical at first, began noticing scratches on the walls, objects thrown across rooms, doors slamming without cause. Friends who visited felt a heaviness, a cold presence in the air, their eyes drawn repeatedly to the doll, as if it were alive. The boy's behavior changed too, whispers in the night, refusing to sleep, eyes darting nervously to an empty corner. Something was not right. Something was inside the doll. The situation escalated quickly. Furniture was overturned, kitchen knives misplaced, and every morning the doll would be in a new, unsettling position. Cameras were installed, and footage revealed movements that defied explanation. The doll appeared to shift, tilt, even walk across rooms when no one was home. Paranormal investigators were called, documenting cold spots, strange noises, and electronic devices malfunctioning around the doll. But the most disturbing evidence came from the boy himself. He whispered at night, eyes wide. He talks to me. He wants me to do things. Things like hiding objects, lying to parents, and even hurting pets. Friends and neighbors reported hearing laughter at odd hours, soft, childish, yet twisted. And then came the scratches on walls, symbols, letters, words that none could understand. Panic gripped the family as they realized that Chucky was no longer just a toy. It was something else. Something feeding on fear, manipulating, growing stronger. They tried leaving it behind, donating it, even destroying it. But each time, it returned, waiting, watching, patient. Authorities eventually intervened. Police reports confirmed the doll was present at multiple incidents of unexplained phenomena in that neighborhood. Experts examined it, finding no mechanical devices or electronics, yet recorded movements persisted. Psychologists interviewed the boy, who spoke with a clarity that was chilling, describing the doll in a voice that seemed not his own. "He wants control," the boy said, shivering. Paranormal investigators noted patterns. The doll's influence grew strongest when fear was highest, feeding off tension, anger, or sadness. Neighbors corroborated, describing shadows darting across windows, cold gusts in empty rooms, and whispers that made the hair on the back of their neck stand. Documented sightings of the doll's appearance even reached nearby towns, raising questions about its origin. Was this a simple toy, cursed by an unknown force, or something far older, Something sentient, waiting for the right home to enter? Every attempt to explain it logically failed. Every rational explanation was met with further evidence of something inexplicable. The question remained. Was Chucky just a doll, or was he something alive, something hungry for fear? Soon, the family experienced nights filled with screaming, doors slamming violently, and furniture shifting as if by invisible hands. Objects would fly across the room, and the boy's voice, sometimes not his own, would chant strange phrases in the darkness. Even pets refused to enter rooms where the doll was present. Friends who visited reported seeing it move in the corner of their eyes. Cameras captured fleeting images, shadows stretching unnaturally across walls. At one point, a visitor was scratched, though no one else had been near. Authorities ruled out pranksters, leaving only one explanation for the events. The doll itself was alive, driven by something beyond human understanding. Each day, the doll's stare seemed more sinister, more sentient. Attempts to discard or burn it failed. Neighbors spoke of strange weather anomalies, cold spots, and electronic malfunctions tied to the doll's presence. At night, the boy whispered stories of being coerced, forced to obey, as if the doll were guiding his thoughts. The family realized that escape was nearly impossible. Something had latched on, and it would not let go easily. Stories of Chucky-like dolls are not isolated. Across towns and countries, similar accounts surface, each chilling in its own way. Witnesses describe small toys that appear to move, whisper, or even intimidate those around them. Police reports often mention strange scratches, moving objects, or children speaking in unnatural voices. Experts believe that some objects might carry residual energy, trapped emotions, or even consciousness. Paranormal researchers emphasize the connection between fear and the doll's activity, suggesting that it draws strength from emotional responses. Families recount the terrifying feeling of being watched, hearing faint laughter when no one is home. Some dolls have been collected, locked away, yet continue to exhibit strange behavior even outside their original home. The common thread? A presence that seems aware, calculating, and relentless. The stories are so compelling that skeptics are forced to reconsider. Could these toys truly harbor a force that transcends the physical, a malevolent entity patiently waiting for fear to grow? Every tale shares one horrifying lesson. Never underestimate what hides behind a smiling face. Eventually, the family attempted the unthinkable, confronting the doll. A ritual was performed, protective charms placed, and incantations spoken. The boy, trembling, held his breath as the doll sat silently at first. Then, it moved. A slow, deliberate motion that froze the family in terror. Shadows twisted across walls, whispers rose into a crescendo, and objects hurled themselves in protest. The air was thick with energy, oppressive and suffocating. The parents screamed, crying, pleading for an end, while the boy, pale-faced, whispered, "It's stronger. It won't leave." Experts describe that such entities do not always obey rituals. Some require immense mental and emotional control to contain. The family realized that their only chance at survival was careful strategy, maintaining calm, and refusing to show fear. Hours passed, the doll finally dormant, but the lingering tension remained. They had won a temporary victory, but deep down, everyone knew that some toys, once awakened, never truly sleep. Chucky, or something like him, was still out there, waiting for its next chance. So, what does this teach us? Dolls are not always just toys. Some carry histories, energies, or influences that are beyond our comprehension. The story of Chucky reminds us that innocence can be deceptive, that something as small and harmless as a doll might conceal a darker reality. Families are warned to pay attention, to listen, and to respect what they cannot explain. Researchers continue to study such phenomena, documenting incidents, gathering evidence, and yet a complete explanation remains elusive. Perhaps some mysteries are not meant to be solved. Perhaps fear itself empowers these objects, keeping them alive, vigilant, patient. And while the boy's family survived, the lingering question haunts every witness. Could your own home hide a toy, waiting, watching, and feeding on fear? The next time you see a smiling doll, take a moment, look closely, and ask yourself, who is really controlling whom? And remember, some nightmares are real, and they might be closer than you think.